Good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear me and see me. Welcome to the Tuesday morning live stream with yourself, Rob Wilson. Sorry, I'm just quickly trying to fix some stuff here on my screen, which I've now fixed. And what you're going to see today is somebody on the other side of the camera today who's just discovered lots of amazing features on Zoom. So if you see somebody using like high definition and looks beautiful today, that is your new upgraded channel audit expert along with me. I'm Rob, and this is the vidIQ live stream for channel audit. So I'm going to audit your channel. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everybody, as always it is awesome to spend time with you here on this Tuesday looking at your channels, improving your content, getting more views, getting more subscribers. And if you're new to this place and you've somehow found us through some random subscriber count, that's not what we do in our day jobs. We have a lot more important things to do, which is to help our audience, who are all video creators wanting to improve their channels. And as always, I'm joined by a resident YouTube audit expert today, and it is Travis, back by popular demand. I had literally no comments saying that we wanted Travis back on, but everybody else is out here, so we're bringing Travis back on. I'm joking, of course. I think everybody's really benefited from Travis's feedback. And if you could just introduce yourself to the vidIQ community, Travis, in case nobody is familiar with who you are and what you do here.
Absolutely. I am the Customer Success Manager here at vidIQ, and I help channels just like yours get more views, become more successful, and hopefully help you attain your dreams.
Absolutely, that's what we're all here to do, help you. And the people joining us today include the following: Rose Cinematic YT, Doom Dom Collects, Zig X, Generic Waffle, our favorite username is back in the house once again, Weekend Epic, Sylar Gamer, Scars Gamer. We've got gamers in there. Wow, there's all sorts of people joining in here. I can't follow it, so I'm going to lead it over to Travis, who will have just as much trouble as me trying to read out his usernames.
All the things. A Warehouse Chef, Black Chinny, Bowser Jr Gamer, Camera Lizard, Hayes House is here, El Jefe Reviews, what's good on, Jeff, what's going on, and Lava Creeper, and let's see, Kay's Travels.
Vlodye is in the house. I hope I pronounced it right this time. But Josh Speaks is in here as well. Hello to you, Josh. Ninth Doctor, K's Travels, Absolute Abundis is also here. I can't read out that username. And Elsimar43 and all sorts of other people. As always, thank you very much for joining us in the live stream today. All right, let's get down to the business of this live stream. What we do every single week is we try and audit your channels and give you advice as YouTube, not experts, but passionate people about the platform who've made plenty of videos, and we share our advice with you. There is a link in the video description. If you click on that link, it takes you to a quick Google form. Fill it out and your channel could get audited today. Just to give you a brief introduction of how our audits work, there is a form. Fill it out. Do not ask for a review in the chat, because to be honest, Travis and myself are not looking at the live stream chat as we're auditing, but our moderators such as Hayes Who's are doing an excellent job at making sure that all of the comments and the community is positive and constructive. But if you're asking for a review in there, you're just going to be putting in timeout and so on, because it's just clogging up our chat. Super chats, while very welcome, a financial contribution does not guarantee you a audit, because we don't want to create a financial barrier in this live stream. Apologies in advance if we cannot review your channel this week. Travis, have a guess how many submissions we've already had this week?
121.
Oh, 135, almost. So we got a lot of channels. I think this is one of the biggest responses so far on a live stream, so thank you for that. We will try and audit as many channels as we can. What we will say, and what we say every single week, is that even if your channel isn't audited, pay attention to the advice we're giving you, because 80 to 90% of the strategies apply to all channels, because a lot of channels are making common mistakes, or they're doing the same things right, and there's just tweaks here and there that could be applied to every single channel. Our opinions are based off of first impressions. So if we get something wrong, that's because we visited your channel for the first time and maybe we're not familiar with the content or you've not sold it and pitched it right. Because remember, a viewer visiting your channel for the first time is probably going to make up their decision, their mind in 5 or 10 seconds. And yeah, sometimes we give you advice that maybe counter what somebody else has suggested from a YouTube consultant point of view. As long as you hear the advice and you've tried it and it doesn't work, that's fine. You are allowed to break the rules and try something different if it's not working for you. But we do try and follow the same familiar strategies and tactics, and we've had countless comments saying how that's helped lots of people, but it doesn't help for everybody. All right, with all that being said, I think I've timed that perfectly with the music there, so I'm just going to take off this graphic, which should bring Travis and myself back on. All right, Travis, unfortunately, I'm going to put Jeremy's face in the way of you because I still haven't replaced your face, so apologies. This is not Jeremy talking, this is Travis talking when you see him on screen, so I'm just going to press that button. Can you confirm you can see my screen there, Travis?
I can indeed.
You can indeed. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just going to load up this last transition, which means that we're going to jump into auditing your channels. I think that's the quickest turnaround I've ever done. 5 minutes into the live stream, and now we can take a look at your channels. And the first one is going to be this, which is Master Goalie. All right, Travis, quick question. 10 seconds. What do you think this channel's about?
It better be about soccer or football overseas. From America, we call it soccer. If it's not, then it's definitely not a good channel, but I think we're safe in saying that it's about soccer and goalkeeping tips.
All right. Why do you say that?
Well, the banner catches me right off without even the text. Forget about the text.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the picture, you see soccer there. You look down, you see the green, which I kind of associate with they call that the pitch or the field.
Yeah.
And then a couple of the thumbnails, not enough of them maybe, but a couple of them have some soccer related stuff in there.
All right, so it sounds like, Travis, I'm going to say that you're not like an expert in soccer. Would that be accurate? You're aware of the sport, but you don't.
That would be
okay.
Very...
So, from Travis's point of view, who I would describe as a layman at this point on this channel, he knows that it's about football. Now, for me, who has a bit more interest in football and soccer, it's about specifically goalkeeping, which is a position in the sport, and it may have a slant towards the female game, which again makes it more focused and niche. And I think this is a perfect example of a channel that, even though it hasn't got much content yet, they've just cracked 100 subscribers. Congratulations to you. This channel knows exactly what it wants to do and what audience to target. So for new channels, take a look at this as a template as to how to pitch your channel to a new viewer in terms of a channel banner and, as Travis says, some of the thumbnails. I mean, let's start looking at the thumbnails now, Travis. I think you may be picking up some things where we could make some improvements, and what would those be?
So like if I look at, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different thumbnails. And if I were to just look at them without reading any of the text, maybe 2 of them are obviously soccer related, or 3.
Yeah.
3 of them. The rest of them have words that say that and stuff, but the picture themselves don't convey to me that it's specifically about goalies or soccer, much as the banner does. So I would love to, I get that in some of these are more like mindset things, which is great, like the goalkeeper secret and the are you passionate and stuff, but you can still incorporate pictures from soccer into that thumbnail talking about those same things. So I like that there's a green element to most of them, which again brings me back to the field. But I would definitely love to see a little bit more kind of soccer related stuff, because just looking at a thumbnail that says winner mindset, and you got to remember the text on the winner mindset one that says goalkeeper's mind is so small that on some formats, whether it be tablet or phone or something, you may not even read that. So you might just think this is a winner's mindset for, I don't know, business or something. You really don't know. So I would be very careful about trying to make that thumbnail a lot more obvious that it's soccer related.
Yeah, and I was just hovering my magnifying tool over the top here, because in each of the banner thumbnails, there's a clear image of, I describe this as telling stories of motion in a static way, and I think each of these thumbnails, these images of a person accurately display that. And as you say, it doesn't necessarily translate every time into the thumbnails. So some great points there. I think one thing I would also say here as well to Master Goalie is that can you somehow tap into the popular trends and stories in the goalkeeping area of football? We sometimes call this trend tracking or fame hacking. For example, and I'm going to go really into something niche about football, there's a football player called David De Gea who plays for Manchester United, so a popular club, but he's been having a difficult season, making mistakes, and I'm wondering if you can potentially do videos which review or scrutinize that particular player. And Hugo Lloris is another one. And maybe keepers who have had a really good season, like Alisson. These are all in the Premier League. And sort of tapping into that area. So you've got a bit more search intent. Something that's going to be really key for you, I think, is a Women's World Cup that's coming up. And can you almost do like a vlog or a journal, or like the goalkeeper's journey through such a tournament? And I think that might be really useful as well. So tapping into those popular trends, rather than just talking about the goalkeeper mindset specifically, because who might be searching for that? And that's a really niche audience. So maybe ways to just build up a few more views, bring an audience. But as for a small channel, you've got 9 videos out, as Travis said, and each of those videos have got more views than subscribers. So when you create content, the audience responds to it really well. But yeah, improvements in the thumbnails a little bit, tapping into popular news stories around goalkeepers may just get you a little further forward in your channel. But best of luck with the content, and yeah, I think for smaller video creators this is a good template to take a look at. Alright then, let's move on to the next one, which is Loopy Mable Vintage Style, 885 subscribers. And Travis, would you say we got a fairly strong idea of what the channel's about on this one again, as we look at the channel banner and the thumbnails?
Yeah, but I think if I'm looking at this right, and it's kind of hard to see with the banner, let me move my little picture out of the way. I believe part of that picture is not mobile safe. So
yeah,
if I was on a phone, it's very possible I wouldn't see some of the imagery, or at least might get cut off. And the message, well, it says Loopy Mable Vintage Style, doesn't exactly tell me what it is, but when I see the pictures, I can kind of guess.
Yeah.
And the crochet design and such, again, the coloring is kind of difficult to read against the background. You have to remember, some people have phones or displays that maybe don't display the colors in a way to make it very obvious what you're reading. Some people are on like lower end phones or monitors, and they can't really read this. So always make sure that it's something that's readable. And I love, for thumbnails, less is more. Whenever I do one-on-one consultations, I love to go to Mr. Beast, because he does the thumbnail / title game like no one else. Very few of his thumbnails have text on them because you don't need it. The image should be, in this particular niche, I believe, should be the hero, like Rob is showing. These are the hero. You don't need the text on the right-hand side. The text should be in the title.
Yeah, I've gone a bit NFL style here on my analysis of this page, but you're absolutely right in that the thumbnails are almost sliced and diced into 2 parts. The hero, or the product, the end result of what's being made, and then this text. And as you say, the text isn't really using a particularly good font. There's probably too much. It's repeating what's in the titles. I'm always a little more forgiving on educational how-to channels about including text in the thumbnails, because I think sometimes people just want an answer to a question and I want to see exactly what it is on the tin. But I think, as you say, we could probably get rid of this entire section here, stretch this out to fill the entire screen, and then maybe there might be a little block down here with 2 or 3 pieces of text, like crochet poncho, how to. That might be something that's simpler than what we have here. Now, looking at the focus of the channel, we've got nearly 1,000 subscribers, and the view counts are sort of in the 10% range. So I'm thinking that maybe the video creator is not really hitting their audience every single time with each video. So I'm thinking of maybe, if you sort by the most popular, is there like a breakout video that really brought in a lot of viewers, and you're not delivering again on that content potentially? Like, we've got 4 videos here, each of them with over 1,000 views. One's about a tote bag. One's about a shoulder strap. So there's 2 bags there, and then one about baby bonnets and hats. I'm just wondering if, okay, so two-shoulder. Right. All right. So as I've looked at this now, the three of the most popular videos are about bags. So maybe there's a potential there to create more content specifically about bags to bring in the audience, to keep the audience that's already subscribed a little more engaged in your content. Because maybe you're doing one every 3 or 4 months. Maybe do the next 5 videos on that particular topic just to see how the audience reacts to it. But again, I think a lot of foundations here are generally good in place. You're using very strong keywords like crochet at the beginning. I mean, all of the most popular videos, if you notice, crochet is the very first word in the titles. Is that the same now if I go back to your most recent videos? And the answer would be not always. So you've started to mix and match your keywords. So maybe crochet, then whatever it is you're making is being most successful for you. All right, I think we got enough out of that one, but good luck with your channel as you move towards 1,000 subscribers. And the next one we have here, all right then, Travis, try and work out what this channel's about, just as you look at it.
Red Rubix. So it's so funny to me that it's called Red Rubix, but the text is in green, and the background of that is kind of a bluish.
Dun dun dun.
I don't know. Just looking at some thumbnails, it looks like some type of digital pad I've never seen before. I have no idea what any of this is.
All right, let's have a look at the About section and see if we can find out any more.
Oh, no. Okay.
All right, so I think Travis loves to get on his soapbox here and talk about descriptions.
Yes,
so, Travis, as Daenerys might say, Dracarys.
Yeah. Yes, for those of you who have not had anything spoiled. Yes. So the description page is so incredibly important in my one-on-ones I do. I really talk about how the About page is so underutilized. Without going into too much detail, you should definitely be putting not only what your channel is about, but like what your mission statement is, and put SEO keyword phrases in here as well, not in a way that looks like you're just stuffing it, but in a way that makes sense. I always say, if you go to Leron's channel, Leron comes on the channel here every single week, and go to his About page is amazing. So make sure you check out Leron's channel. It's so well done because he mixes in conversation to the person reading and to the actual algorithm. Look at this first sentence. Are you wondering, now he has a tech channel, are you wondering which phone to buy? Now, not only is this talking to the person who's watching this, so, okay, this is the exchange. If you watch my channel, I'm going to give you information about phones. It's also got a search term in it, which phone to buy. That's something people will put in the search field. I talk about this all the time. YouTube is a huge search engine. So to be thinking about this when you're doing your About page.
Yeah, and one last thing I just want to point out about the description is, have you noticed this weird thing here? Any idea why why Leron's put that in? He wanted to test whether or not YouTube indexed description pages, so he put this this random piece of text in here to find, and this is completely unique to YouTube as far as I'm aware. So if I search for just this this tag, I guess, look what comes up. So we know that YouTube searches and indexes keywords, the keywords on a description. So that's why it is so important to put some effort into your description. So yeah, if we go all the way back to Red Rubix, I think, is that your channel name? Yeah. I'm a Hungarian launchpadder. Maybe just flesh it out significantly and, you know, what's in it for the audience and so on. Right, so I think what this channel is about, Travis, is this launchpad tool where I'm not sure if it gives you audio feedback, but certainly when you press these buttons, it creates a light show effect, and he's done this to music. I don't want to play one of the videos just in case we get hit with copyright, because I think there's some copyrighted music used in some of these videos. I apologize if I'm wrong with that. So obviously you want to be careful about that going forward. Now, with all that being said, I think this is a potentially very unique channel, and some of the videos you've got 1,000 subscribers, occasionally have these videos which have 4,000 views, 9,000 views, 2,000 views, and then you'll have other ones which are 150 views. So the view counts are spiking all over the place here. Again, as I suggested to the goalie channel, you want to be looking at potentially what music is trending right now. So I see that you did one, I think there was a Game of Thrones one that was done last year. You want to maybe tie these musical videos into when there's a big movie released. For example, we're moving into the summer now. We've got The Lion King, we've got Aladdin, we've got Spider-Man. All have very popular themes and music. could you create content that surrounds them like 2 or 3 days before the movie is launched? And again, that's kind of like trend warping. You've got this unique channel about launch padding. Can you merge that with popular culture? And I've seen this work dozens of times on different channels, and that's where I would be going. Any more thoughts, Travis? I mean, we're looking a little bit at the thumbnails here. What else have you got for us?
I don't know if it's possible to do on this thing, but if it is, you should be doing the theme to Game of Thrones for the next week, because while it's still a hot and heavy search term, you never know. I don't know if this thing can do that, but if it can, I would totally be making a video about that and a tutorial video about how to do that. Like, as many ways I come around that subject, I would. And always be looking for trends. I think it's, especially when it comes to music, it just makes it a lot easier to gain views. And when you get the views, you get a chance at subscribers. And when you get the subscribers, fame, then you're famous like Rob, and you get, recognized everywhere.
In supermarkets, apparently. All right, I'm just going to play this. I'm going to play this video, but I'm going to mute the sound just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here. So let me just click that there. So I'll go a few minutes in and nothing's happening. All right, here we go. So it's pressing buttons and it's lighting up. It's almost like I don't know, visual ASMR. I think that's maybe the way I could describe it. And it does all of these funky things to music. So there is obviously some interest in here. You have an audience. So I think the idea is good. I think the execution all around just needs a little bit of tweaking to take you to the next step. All right, Travis.
Yes.
What are we looking at next? We are looking at Otaku Mike. And now I always struggle with anime channels because I have absolutely no knowledge of anime. But if I look at these thumbnails, I'm trying to understand where is the anime. I can see it in some for manga, and I can see some images that have some manga feel to them, and then I see Adventures in Generation. That looks like a video game, which doesn't look anything like manga. These look like live streams. You've got Bean Bamboozled My Wife. I assume that's got nothing to do with anime unless you've somehow animated that adventure. But yeah, I think there's some fundamental things we could potentially advise Mike here, and what might they be?
I mean, I'm gonna real quick go on a side rant about this sort of thing. And Otaku Mike, thank you for submitting your channel, and I think it brings up a really good point. And people always ask, like, well, can I just make a variety channel? Can I just do whatever I want? Can I just have fun? And the reality is while you can, yes, if your expectations are to just be able to send the video out and a couple people watch it, that's fine. But I'll just be honest with you. YouTube is only going to really push out content for things that it thinks people are going to watch. And once you've proven in your content that something works, YouTube will push that content. And to be all over the place is just never going to get you anywhere. So even in the channel banner, it talks about unboxings and all this other stuff. And then when we look down in the videos, I mean, we're seeing like video gameplay. I have no idea what this channel is about. I know what it's supposed to be about, but what it's actually about, it maybe is a different thing. So I want you to think about the journey of a potential subscriber. Let's say, for example, they go through your manga collection 2018. They love the video. They love like collection videos, and they want to know more about that. They click it, and then they come to your homepage, and there's live streaming of games that they don't care about. They're not going to subscribe. So once you bring someone in with something that, especially that they're really passionate about, when you go into a passion project like manga or something, that's great. There's a huge group of people that are into that. And then you veer off from that, they're just not going to stick around. They're not going to subscribe, and you've confused the viewer.
So I've just highlighted this sorted by most popular, and this is your channel, I would say, Mike. These hauls that you do once a month and seem to be really popular. How I would approach this is, okay, so people like it when you do a tour, and it looks as if in each of these thumbnails you've got a huge amount to talk about, and you do it in like 15 minutes. Is there a way that you could break it down? Like you do a mass haul once a month, and then you go into a particular category of your hauls for like once a week. Because let's just make that a bit smaller. But I can see there's it looks like there's a collection of comics there, and maybe another collection of comics there. I know I'm drawing this really badly, and then there's some little figures in the background. It's like, can you slice and dice those up into into individual hauls, because this is what your audience is reacting to most. So yeah, definitely target them. I've just got a super chat here from vidIQ en Español, our sister channel, and they would like a channel audit, which is kind of ironic because it's all of my thumbnails and images. So I would be essentially auditing myself.
Is this money laundering, by the way?
This is a new way to do it. Yeah, just YouTube takes a 30% slice of all of this super chats, but yeah,
dumbest money laundering ever.
That's how you launder money. But thank you, of course, vidIQ en Español for the super chat, and we have this sister channel where a lot of my videos are translated into Spanish, and I am much more professional and sound a lot better in Spanish, so do check out that channel. There is a link in the description. Next channel we are auditing is this one. All right, this is a really intriguing one for me, Travis, because it is a big channel, 50,000 subscribers, 0 books. That really doesn't tell me what this channel is about. If I go to the About section, it looks as if it's a channel about critical theory, philosophy, cultural criticism, Marxist, economics. So some really dense, educational, academic style content, I would say, on first viewing. And then when we look at the audience, we get some videos with 100,000 views, 10,000 views, and then all the way down to 1,000 views. So really spiky content. How do we make sense of what's going on here?
Well, the one thing I would say, and congratulations on the success you've had, is, like you said, I'm still a little confused as to what I should expect from here. And I think that's always like the number one thing. What kind of expectation are you setting? And it could just be that this niche is so far out of my kind of knowledge that I'm just missing something. And that's one of the things we always say, is that there's a possibility we might not be catching what you're pitching. But I am kind of confused. And if you want to convert people who are maybe on the fence, or even people who've never heard of such a thing, and make them subscribers and interested in the subject, you need to make it easy for them. So if we go to their homepage real quick, let me check something, because I think this channel needs it more than anyone. Not the About page. The
homepage. Yeah. Channel we're talking about. Oh,
welcome to the YouTube channel.
Here's what I would love for a channel like this. If you scroll down, there's the introduction, which is great, but scroll down. What I would love for a channel like this, that's really kind of, like you said, dense and thick, is are you new to this channel playlist, which I love for all channels. I think this one really needs it, because A, you want to explain, well, what is 0 books? B, like, what are these different types of subjects you're going over? And C, like, what kind of terminology are you going to use that I need to be aware of? And really good channels actually have this, and it's a great thing. Like, are you new to vidIQ? Here's what we do. And by the time you're done this listing of videos, this playlist, you should be able to then jump in on any video anywhere on the channel and know what's going on and feel like, okay, I can now consume this content and I shouldn't have very many questions. So I would love for that. First of all, I want it for everyone's channel, but really for this channel, so I can kind of understand what am I getting into.
Yeah. And of course, when we say like this channel's like dense and thick, that's not like a criticism. It's just I think it's a rarity to have such a channel on YouTube, and I think the video creator is obviously an academic, I think, and very knowledgeable in this area. So you've got this unique knowledge and skill set, which is perfect, and the audience is very much connecting with you. Let's go down to some usual YouTube tips and tricks. The thumbnails are, how would I describe this? Colourful, I think, is one way I'm going to describe it. But I think there's some thumbnail improvements that could be made here. Would you agree with that, Travis? I mean, some of them, of course, just look like from the live streams that they are just random screenshots that really don't tell much about the stories. And it looks as if these are live streams, those are the videos that really aren't performing that well. But then when we get to the video on demand stuff, there are some ones like this where you've got a classic YouTuber looking at something, but maybe you're a bit small, so we can't see your reaction. But we've got some good elements there, and then others which are a little more confusing. Where are we going with this?
Yeah, I don't see anything that brings them all together. And
consistency, it's lacking consistency.
Which, I mean, maybe in this particular niche, maybe there doesn't have to be as much. What I would definitely look at to get your real definitive answers, go to your click-through rates in beta, and figure out which ones are working. While we could take guesses here, this niche looks very, very specific. And the best answer as to what's going to work for your niche is what's in the CTR. Now, if we go to the About page, I wonder if we can find this channel should have some related channels, and we should be able to see other channels doing something similar and see what their thumbnails are like. So, like,
okay, yeah, let's try. I'm going to go for the Rational National because I like the username.
So, in their niche, this is what's working for this channel, and it's kind of like, so it's not really that much different. Like, it's just kind of split and a little bit of hero face. Yeah. I guess it's similar-ish. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to come up with a good strategy when you look at the competitors or people in your niche, and it's kind of similar. So, like, I mean, except for, I would say, funnily enough, these are maybe while they're definitely more succinct, and maybe I like that more. They're not as like interesting to look at as channel. So it's
so I think what we might be saying here is that the thumbnail, the YouTube presentation of this genre may be a little undercooked, a little underdeveloped, and that's fine. There's video creators in there who the content is super important and they have a big audience, but to get maybe that marginal edge in front of your competition, thumbnails is probably where you want to be going. So maybe you want to hire a thumbnail to do the next 5 thumbnails just to design them and see if they do make a huge difference. If thumbnail creation is not your game. But yeah, I think there's certainly some potential improvements that could be made there. So really interesting channel, something that we've never really looked at before there. And congratulations in advance on the 50,000 subscribers that you will be hitting relatively soon. All right, let's move on to the next one. I love this channel because it tells you exactly what it does everywhere. Don V, 6,500 subscribers. And if I scroll down again, Travis, in 10 seconds, what do you think this channel's about?
It looks like, real quick, helpful hints on editing.
Do you know which editing program?
I just on the text Filmora, so that's
exactly. Yeah. So again, I think really good way of telling people exactly what the channel is about. I mean, looking at, because you've included the Filmora software icon, and each of them have like a very strict, consistent color theme, I would almost be, I don't want to use the word tricked, but convincing to believing that these might be official tutorials. That's how the thumbnails are presented, which I think is absolutely fine. Your focus is awesome, and some of your videos get a lot of views, like 11,000 views, 3,000 views, 7,000 views. So a bit spiky, but if you're trying to do tutorials for an entire program, I think that's absolutely fine. And you seem to be answering the type of questions that are being asked, like how to censor bad words, how to clone yourself in Filmora. All really good stuff. Is there anything that we could maybe look at and improve on here? Just looking for
I think the thumbnail game is good. I mean, as it should be, someone who does this. What about the About page? What kind of information do we have there?
Oh, I guess one thing we'd say is that the channel banner, there's a little bit of a disconnect there, the blacks versus the greens and whites, so that could be switched a bit if you're going to focus on Filmora, which you say in your channel banner. And so, you'd be looking at this and say maybe you can improve that a little bit in terms of your descriptions. And I think the only other thing I'll be looking at here is a lot of your videos are relatively short, and I can understand that because they are tutorials, and people obviously just want an answer to something. But is there any way you can increase the watch time? So let's say you give people an answer on how to do the shake text effects in a minute, but there must be more you can add to that, like more detailed tutorials, like if you want to do it this way, or if you want to shake it a little less, a little more. I feel as if each of these tutorials could be stretched out a little bit, maybe going to like expert guides potentially. So that might be a way of going forward as well, because I just worry that you may go through all of the tutorials you can do for Filmora, and then where do you go next? And obviously YouTube says more is better, watch times would be improved. Travis, were you wanting to add something there?
No, it's just really, it's overall, it's such a really well done channel. I really like the fact that if you look at the way his tiling is done, it's very SEO. How to add and edit. This is a person that knows what he's going after. He knows that people that want this content are going to search for it, and he's trying to meet them where they are. Very well done.
And the final thing is, when Filmora release new software or new features, jump on them as soon as possible. Try and be the first video on how to do, for example, Travis is getting into green screen, like how to do green screen effects in Filmora under 10 when it comes out. If you're the first person to get the video out on day one of that software release, you could have an evergreen piece of content that sits there for a year at the top of the search terms for that particular thing. So you just jump on any new features that are coming out from Filmora. But generally speaking, a good video, a good channel, progressing well. All right, MC Plays here. Now, I'm going to give you 20 seconds to look at this channel, Travis, and try and work out what I'm a little suspicious on here and curious about.
It's a 1,600 subscriber channel with only a couple of videos, with none of them having a bunch of views, which means they unlisted something, or perhaps, and I would never want to say this out loud, could they have made a purchase somewhere? But MC Plays, MCP means they're cool with me. So it's one or the other. I mean, they've only been around for a month. It's very suspicious of. And here's the thing. Let me be real honest. It's not just us seeing this and trying to rank on someone saying, looks like they might have been doing something. Viewers are going to say the same thing. They're going to look at this and go, 1,600 subscribers with no video over 200 views. Yeah, right. I think it's just one of those things that I would love to know more information.
You wouldn't believe how many times people have said, vidIQ, 300,000 subscribers, and you only get 2,000-3,000 views. That often comes up on our particular channel.
That's how YouTube works, so thank you very much.
Yeah, and another reason is that people subscribe to our channel when they're downloading a software and then they don't watch the video. So it's kind of a reason why that sometimes happens. But you look at some of our other videos and they have hundreds of thousands of views. Sorry, I'm on a rant now, which I do every single week. So yeah, now the channel is relatively young, a month old, and I've started making videos more seriously in the last week. And for what looks to be a Minecraft channel, I'd say for a channel that's only got 9 videos, yeah, they're having videos that are pushing 100 views. So there's some good stuff there. I think, as Travis was saying, for the Filmora channel, they had some very keyword-rich titling, whereas here, who's searching for new series? Nobody. So the only people who are going to react to that particular video are your audience, whereas this one, the Traveling Trader, which looks to be the title of the Minecraft episode that you're playing, that gets 100 views because people are probably searching a little bit more for that. So instead of using these titles like new routine, we're going back to Minecraft, which are all very much potentially audience of subscriber driven titles, you might need a bit more keyword research, keyword rich stuff there. What else can we see, Travis?
Yeah, I would like to see a little bit more in the thumbnail, like so the second thumbnail, Minecraft speedy build, why not make that house bigger in the thumbnail and get rid of the episode 1? I can barely read it. Like, just forget about that. Green on blue back, not going to work. But yeah, make the house a little bit bigger. And with any of your Minecraft videos, if that's what you're going to be doing moving forward, it's a little bit of a mix. I mean, it does say we're going back to Minecraft, and I feel like there's 3 videos after that are Minecraft, and the other 2 are kind of, I don't know, promos of something. But if that's the case, definitely make that more the hero. Whatever it is you're gonna, if you're gonna build something, if you're gonna fight something, if you're gonna go on a journey, make that the big hero of the thumbnail.
All right, what we're going to do now is just have a little interruption to tell you that if you do not get your channel audited today, down the left-hand side here, there is a button that you can click if you have the vidIQ Chrome extension working, installed, and fingers crossed that mine is working today. Sometimes the internet always doesn't really help me with this, but it is working. Woo. Whoop, whoop. So if you do not get an audit today, this is what vidIQ can provide you with. It's almost like your own 24/7 consultant telling you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong on your channel. For example, these are the videos that are getting the highest velocity for us at the moment, but these are the videos that are building subscribers for us, building trust. So you can use all of these things to help drive your future content. Don't worry about these red ones, these red lines here. They're going to change very soon. Yeah, I can assure you of that. As soon as I saw that, I thought, I need to fix this, and I think we have in the last couple of days. But now we also talk a little bit about the darker side of your channel. What could use work? And look at this, Liron is at the top of our list, so maybe we need to get rid of we need to get rid of Liron. I think that's because it's a scheduled live stream and it hasn't gone live yet, but that is absolutely hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, we've got stuff like the lowest likes on videos and all of these other things. So we can look at these and say, right, we need to trim the fat. These things don't particularly work. And one of the things I love most about the channel audit is quick fixes. For example, videos not in playlists here. If I click on this, it tells me exactly which video hasn't been added to a playlist. This video, I can click on the edit button and then I can fix that. I can add it to a playlist just like that. And there's no other tool on YouTube that can do that. Like 15 seconds to fix that, and that's how quick it is. So that was the brief plug for vidIQ in terms of the software it can do to help you grow your channel when we are not auditing your channel. And while we're on the subject of our channel, if you are enjoying this live stream, then please, everybody, can you, in a moment of awkward 15-second silence, as Travis's eyes just stare blankly and silently at the camera, can you click the like button? Because if you don't, then this live stream is going to look like this. Every time. We're guaranteed to have got 15 likes or maybe 30 dislikes from that little thing that we've done. Okay, somebody probably just saw their channel appear on screen for a second and is now freaking out because they think I'm not going to audit it, but we are. I just wanted to do a quick plug for vidIQ, and of course subscribe to vidIQ if you haven't already done so, and share this live stream with fellow video creators if you think they would find it useful. All right, Travis, can you see my screen again? Hello?
I can indeed.
Oh, I thought I'd lost Travis there for a second. All right, then. Let's go back to the auditing then. We are looking at Beauty Conscious. So, Travis, as a channel with nearly 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to let you loose on this one because I think there's some, I mean, obviously congratulations on the size of the channel, but I think there's probably some areas of improvement which we could help you grow even quicker and greater just looking at the channel banner and things. So what have we got here? I agree.
Like the channel banner is interesting because it's implying two different things. And one thing it says to me is stock footage. Now, whether it is, I mean, that actually could have been a picture that this person has taken. It looks like stock footage, and perception is reality in this case. So considering that I don't think you have anything, at least in the videos that I see here, that necessarily have to do with like being outside and that sort of thing, I would change it up completely redo this whole thing.
It suggests travel, doesn't it, the channel banner? Like beauty and travel. Yeah.
100%. It needs to be more in line with all this cool stuff you're doing below, and you're getting views on them. People are watching, which is fantastic. Now, if we look at these thumbnails, I will tell you right now, one thing you need to do immediately is on almost every single one of these, you need to take these into your photo editing tool, whatever that is, and kick that saturation up quite a bit. There's some really beautiful stuff you have going on here, but it's not popping enough. You could totally pop almost every single one of these thumbnails. Also, as we talked about, some of the text is going to be kind of hard to read in some of these. But yeah, I mean, and again, make some of these pictures a little bit bigger, zoom in a little bit more, make them the hero of the thumbnail, but pop those colors, zoom in, and let's get that channel banner looking more like something that's going to set an expectation that you're going to find videos like this rather than sitting on a beach with a Mai Tai. Is a Mai Tai a thing that you drink? I don't drink, so I don't know.
I'm also a teetotal, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe with a nice tea here on the beach.
Now, again, I'm drawing circles. I'm not just doing some arts and crafts here. What I'm doing is I'm circling particular items and thinking, is that the focus of the thumbnail or is it something else? Because I feel as if, as Travis said, the saturation can be upped a little bit, but my eyes, when I look at each of these thumbnails, I'm not sure what my eye is drawn to. And I think especially with crafts and you talk about beauty, there's probably something in here on the thumbnails which is the most important thing. Like this one here, summer skincare routine. You've got 3 different items and then your hands as well. I think you can probably get away with just showing the most important item in the thumbnail rather than trying to fit everything in the thumbnails. It feels as if you're trying to tell everything in the thumbnails, and that may be a bit of a detriment to your channel. Another thing I was looking at as well is like you've got some very spiky views, some with like just 5,000 views here, and then another one with 50,000 views. And I was wondering, what might be the most popular series on your channel? And when I did sort by most popular a little while ago, I think it was this channel, it seemed as if your white. I'd seen this a couple of times, like how to make skin white and or was this white skin? So I was wondering if that was perhaps one of your stronger series on your channel in terms of where to go next with your content. And I'm just looking at some of these thumbnails for the most popular ones, and I think some of the thumbnails here are a little more impactful, like this one, for example, and that one seems to have a bit more impact than maybe the other ones. But yeah, spiky content in terms of views. Is there a particular focus your audience reacts to most? Could you do a series on that set of videos going forward? But generally speaking, you're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. You're already doing some amazing things here, which is brilliant. And the last thing I always check with such big channels is, are you using the community tab? And the answer is yes, which is brilliant to see. So I have no complaints there. Well done to you. And are using voting polls as well, which are always very popular. All right, we're going to move on here to Beluza. And okay, the channel banner tells me absolutely nothing about your channel, so that would need to be fixed, we would suggest. But look at this, Travis, a channel with 37,000 subscribers. Awesome. I mean, I look at the channel banner and I look at the thumbnails and I'm trying to work out what on earth is this channel about.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure what the answer
club
is.
Balls.
Now this looks to be like a really niche. I think it's done from a video, some sort of video game, and they're using football clubs as like the popular trend. I'm going to click on one of these videos. I'm going to mute it again. But this is some really strange stuff going on here. But as I always say on YouTube, there is an audience for everybody, and this is what it is.
What? What is happening? I don't know what this is. Is this the digestive system? Is this what happens when you eat food?
It feels like some sort of visual ASMR type thing where people are just watching the screen and watching where the ball's going, getting a satisfaction when that one rolls down there and another one rolls down there. And I'm already thinking, hey, let's put up the speed here and let's make it go faster. So yeah, I mean, this channel, and it looks as if it's all legitimate because the engagement is fairly high for the views. And all right, not that many comments, but I think with this type of content, you might get a little less engagement. But I think this channel's found an unbelievable niche of getting tens of thousands of views.
Awesome.
It's like, I'm not sure what advice I could give this channel. It's like, we can talk about thumbnails and we can talk about channel length, we can talk about titles, but this channel has got the niche so nailed down. It knows exactly the audience. It's like, you've got that nailed to a T and you've got hundreds of thousands of people. Like, who is your competition? Is anyone doing this better than you?
Exactly. I wonder. So go to the about page to see who's related. I'd be curious. This must be a niche I'm just not aware of. Look at all these. Those are friends.
Mapping type of thing.
That's something he put together. Scroll down. Is there related? Yeah, it was related. Mark's Marble.
Oh yeah.
Football. Okay, so there are other ones very similar, I guess. And,
right. Okay.
Yeah,
and this one has 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
But more views. Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. We're doing the wrong thing, Rob.
we are. I mean, I'm really into this now. I mean, what on earth is going on?
And it's a qualifying thing, so it's like there's like some type of match going on. It's like a competition. What are we doing, Rob? Oh, that's crazy. That's cool. I love it. Look at that. Sorry, this is not the channel we're reviewing, but I am fascinated.
Yeah, so it looks as if the common theme is football, and then they're doing some sort of visual gaming around that. What's that really popular game where the person's on the who keeps getting killed and he's got a cycling helmet? Oh, what's it called now? Something wheels.
I know what you're talking about because PewDiePie did a video on it.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's that for football. Someone will probably sell us in the chat.
Happy Wheels.
Happy Wheels. There we go. It looks like it's happy football in a sense. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where else I can go with this because you're nailing it. Obviously, think about. I mean, we're going into the off season now, but we've still got the World Cup, the Women's World Cup. You've got MLS that's starting to kick off now, so maybe you can switch to those type of areas. But
you know what? You know what? This is really cool that we're bringing this up because it just goes to show that, like you say, there's people out there that watch just about anything. And if you're out there trying to figure out like what should your niche be, what should you get into, and you happen to like this sort of thing and you just think no one's going to watch it, well, proof positive. People are going to watch it. You just need to present it in a specific way. And just amazing. Just a really great example of someone finding a niche that not a lot of people are doing and that there is an audience out there for it.
And what I will say here is the thumbnails are absolutely fantastic. I mean, you look at the color here and how they're popping, and sometimes they're complicated. Like this one is complicated, but it's all round up with a big number. And sometimes just like a mass of balls can be really impactful in one sense, but they've sliced it off here, so there's a white down the bottom, makes it a really intriguing thumbnail. Awesome stuff here in the sense of how it looks. So I would just say congratulations to Blueser. Just fix your channel banner. And are you using the community tab? You are a little bit, but maybe you could use that a little bit more potentially. But other than that, thumbs up to you. All right, then. What are we looking at next? Okay, so this is another channel that I was really interested in here. So, Travis, I'm going to let you lead with this one because what I find interesting with this one is it's a gaming channel with 300,000 subscribers. But then when I look at the thumbnails, I kind of think this is a channel that there's a lot of video game creators who've got similar channels who've just started their journeys, and they may look at this channel and think, why has this one got so many views? And I was asking the same questions, and I was hoping Travis the expert could answer that. Let's put you on the spot.
Older channel? Has it been around for a long time?
Okay, so so this is where we have to start investigating as to why this channel is potentially being so successful. So we sort by most popular, and we have a couple of videos that had millions
2 years
of
ago,
views.
and there you go, millions. That really makes a big deal.
10 million views, for example. That's the channel that's kicked off the entire channel.
Multiple million viewed videos will help you get a lot of subscribers. Definitely nothing to downplay. I mean, that's incredible to get so many videos with millions of views. Most of them look like around 2 years ago. So what it looks like happened is, and very smart, he popped something out there, it went well, and then he just did a lot more of that same content, which is what we tell people to do. Like, when something succeeds, find other ways of presenting that same video as many ways as you can. So there was a lot of PS4 information here is what it looks like. It really started out
and I think specifically like PlayStation Network type of content as well. There's one here like 3 weeks ago, it's had 1 million views, but I think that's on Fortnite, but I could be wrong because I haven't got the keyword. There's no keywords in there to help me on that one, but whatever that was, it did supremely well for you, which is awesome. There's another one here. I mean, like, I did literally just watch this for a couple 30 seconds, and it is
what is it?
Literally somebody just playing with a controller, and I think it's
like ASMR.
Again, a little bit of the ASMR thing going here, so I can unmute this one. So this is just somebody pressing the buttons, and that can be satisfying in a strange way, and it's got 150,000 views.
What do the comments say? I'm just curious.
I dread to think.
When you have no more ideas for the channel.
When you run out of video ideas. But yeah.
But you know what? It worked.
It's working for this channel,
That's fantastic. It's hard to say with a channel like this who just seems to find success in the weirdest places. Look how to make the pink 1.1 map creative. Just this person's very creative. So while I think that there are some maybe things you could do a little bit better with some of the thumbnails, what you're doing is working. You're finding the matrix hack, whatever that is. Continue on. I mean, it's funny that you kind of just go, well, let me just play with a controller, and that works. It's listen, whatever you got, keep doing it. It's amazing.
However, I think here's a caveat. For a new channel starting out, don't look at this as the route to success. This channel has hit the jackpot with a video that had 10 million views. And it can be a needle in a haystack, and if that's going to be your strategy, then it could work. But at the same time, you can make 500 videos, like just doing this random stuff and it not working. So this is an evidence that it can work. And look, he's got 301,000 subscribers since I refreshed. So channel's growing really fast. But is this a blueprint for other channels? That I'm not so sure about, but certainly one to look at as a gamer. All right, we're going to move on here. And by the way, we're just going all the way. We're going straight through here, folks. We're not going to take a break. We're going to go straight through because we do need to end the live stream a little early today. But we've still got plenty of channels to look at still. Travis, what have we got here? StepDice, 277 subscribers. Looks like an entertainment channel to me of some kind.
Yeah. Well, the banner kind of throws me because I mean, there's dice there. And
it suggests gaming or gambling, doesn't it? Yeah,
but that there's nothing to do with that down below. Let's see, it's like cling film. We have foot fetish. We have Spanish Photoshop. We have Guardians of the Galaxy.
Coffee machine comparisons.
Coffee machine comparison. Yeah, we were all over the place. So I don't know, like if I'm a viewer and I happen to have watched the AirPods versus E18 Bluetooth headphones and I like that video and I go, hey, I might actually want to subscribe to this channel. And I hit the channel link and I come here, I look and I go, I don't know what I would be getting if I subscribe to this channel. I literally don't know what the next video is going to be. I'm probably not going to subscribe. You just have to think about that every time you put a video out. Does this video match anything else on my channel? If it doesn't, it might not be a good idea to put it out because it's not going to grow your channel unless you're pivoting. I just don't think it's the right move. So there's slow motion stuff, extreme whisper. There's like challenges now. There's phones. There's like tech. It's all over the place.
Here's what I will say though. The channel's been around for 9 months and there's clearly a passion here for just creating content, which I think is fantastic. And I've always said that is the first hurdle you have to jump over in terms of, do I like making videos even if only a dozen people are watching them? And clearly that is the case for your channel. And I think there's some evolution in the content that you're creating. I actually think that the thumbnails from earlier were better. I've got to be honest with some of these. I mean, like they've got some real pop on them and you're playing with the fonts and things, whereas the ones further up, the fonts now are a lot smaller and you have like shrunk a lot. So have you, as a video creator, are you spending less time on your thumbnails? That's something you want to try and avoid, really spend a lot of time on your thumbnails. But yeah, I think this feels like the journey stage for you, discovering who you are as a video creator and what you want to create. And yeah, just when there's a video, because you will have one video in the next 6 months that does 4 or 5 times better than everything else you've done on your channel. That's what you say, right, how did that video do what it did? How can I emulate that? And it's usually, as Travis has said, doubling down on that one. All right, we'll move on to the Timeless Travel Club showcasing Mexico with Don, 100 subscribers. And I had a really simple question here in terms of, okay, it's a travel channel about Mexico, and then I had a ... but for who? So I'm asking the question, is it for a particular age group, demographic, gender? I think you maybe need to niche down a little bit more, and that's going to help you going forward and giving advice about these particular things when I'm looking at your channel. Relatively new, 3 months old, so again, finding yourself as a video creator. And yeah, what are you thinking here, Travis, and what we can see?
Couple things. It reminds me of the one we did a couple of weeks back with the couple.
Yes.
That's the one. Now, they had figured it out in a really cool way where it was very succinct. So my guess is just an older gentleman that is going around and checking out, showing off Mexico. Showcasing implies that he probably lives there and he wants people to know more about it, which is awesome. I think that's amazing. And his view counts are actually really good for such a new channel.
You're right. Yeah,
that's working. And it looks to me as if, and of course, look at these big open areas. He is safe for mobile, but I would probably do more with this banner.
Yeah, whether it's landmarks or another obvious option here is a flag, but something a little bit more up there would help. Yeah, but as you say, yeah, good audience engagement for a small channel.
Yeah, I also like the idea of let's say, for example, this would be a great like SEO friendly channel because there's a lot of people who go to Mexico for vacations. So making some of your titles a little bit more SEO friendly because people are going to search, hey, best places to go in Mexico, best places to eat in Mexico. Like, since I'm assuming you're in Mexico, why don't you go to those places, do a video there? You even might be able to talk to the restaurant itself and go, hey, can I film here? And I'm going to put on my YouTube channel, and it's a good promotional piece. Let's see, I'm now ordering from senior citizen menu. Yeah, longer for the timelessness. My goal is to share videos about tourists and local. Yeah, so it looks like he's.
It's turning this paragraph into like a 5 or 6 word value proposition, isn't it?
Yep.
Because from just reading 25 years ago, I quit my job and traveled through Mexico. That in itself is intriguing.
Yes.
And telling that story in your channel banner and in the thumbnails, I think would add a lot more intrigue to build like a community, not just an audience, but a community who's going to follow all of your adventures in Mexico.
Yes. I love it. I think there's a lot of potential with this channel. Obviously, the views are showing. When you're getting this many views with just over 100 subscribers over a very short amount of time, that means there's people out there that want this content. It's maybe an underserved content. I talked about a couple of weeks ago that the Philippines is a very underserved country as far as content goes. It's possible that Mexico is as well. And if you do Mexican content, you might get a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah. So I think just keep developing the channel there, Don, because it's good foundations, just some tweaks here and there on your next videos. And now we will move on to a entertaining username, Slapafish Jr. 150 subscribers, and I think we can work out what this channel's about, which is tanks. Live, destroy, die, respawn. I actually really like that as a value proposition. I like that a lot. That is really good. I absolutely hate the colours. The font, but I love the value proposition. I think that's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, just looking at the thumbnails, maybe a little bit of what I sometimes call thumbnail wallpaper, in that they're so consistent that they're almost too similar. That you have tank, text, text. Can that be changed a little bit? You started to experiment in these ones here. And just as a quick sample size, small channel, 150 subscribers, but let me ask you a question, Travis, and hope people answer this one in the chat as well. Why do we think this video here has got 4 times, well, like 20 times as many views as any other video on this channel?
I have a lot of thoughts about this. So it could be one thing, which is maybe this dreadnought is an actual, big search term. But for me, it's always about this thing when you ask a question, an unanswered question, either in the thumbnail or in the title, and people need to know the answer. If people come across this video that are playing this game, and I don't know if this is like an expensive tank in the game or something, and they literally want to know, is it worth my time? Yeah. Whenever you give a value proposition to save someone time or money, you win every single time. So whether this costs money or time, the question is, does he answer that? I'm sure in 9 minutes he does, and that I think is really compelling.
You know what I love about you, Travis? Whenever I ask a question, you give me the answer that's in my head, rather than Jeremy, who always gives me a completely different answer. So I love that you answered it just the way I wanted to. We're doing well here. All right. But yeah, good channel, building well. And as you said there, Travis, the intrigue in that thumbnail has probably helped with the clicks there. And it looks as if that's kind of a way you're going forward with this, with these big bits of text that are trying to tell something a little more interesting. Like here, I would just say it's over 9,000. Do you need that in a title? That would be a question. And over 9,000, what is that? Like a currency in the game, so maybe you need like a currency icon in there just to help with that. But I think going forward, yeah, that's the strategy there. Okay, we've got the 9th Doctor here. I thought the 9th Doctor had died. I thought we were on to the 11th Doctor. That's a Doctor Who reference. But what have we got here, Travis? With a channel with nearly 100 subscribers and lots of different games, it looks like here.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, I wish. Is the 9th Doctor some type of thing that I should know? Like, is that like a meme or something that I should know? If I don't, and it is a meme, then I'm sorry. If it's not, then we need to have something that tells us a little bit more information. I'm even playing games such as Moo, Deep, Raft, Mope, Star, and they're all .io. I don't understand what any of that means. I'm so confused. And I think that really puts something out there. Because look, I love video games, but I don't know what I'd be getting into. So why don't you do something that that explains like something about these games, whether it be in your about page, your description of the videos on your home page, like we talked about. Are you new to the channel? I look here, the thumbnails are kind of very generic. I like this 5 glitches in classic Minecraft, but that's Minecraft. Now we were talking about something else, and now there's Bonk.io. Like, I don't know what I'm getting into with this channel.
Yeah, video creators finding their feet, and I love Travis's attempt to say all of his game names, and I think that's maybe part of a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games there, all look like they're niche games. Target one of those and maybe make the next 20 videos on that topic. But good luck with your channel as you continue to work through the YouTube journey, and we now have the one Foxy Roxy. Oh, come on, folks. Let's get this person
sub. Let's be the 100th subscriber.
Ding! There you are. Now, folks, we do not. We don't condone this sort of thing, like, because that's essentially a.
But it's one away. Come on, show some mercy.
But you know what that means now? You can now actually print out the vidIQ certificate because you've reached 100 subscribers, and we will not unsubscribe. Everybody, subscribe to this channel. But what is this channel about? It's about animation. But my question is this about how-to animation, or is this just your channel where it's almost like a repository for putting all your animation videos on here? Because the titles don't tell me anything. Map part. I don't have a clue what that means. You spin meme right round. Okay, so that has a bit more context to it. But I'm struggling to follow why I should be clicking on each of these videos.
It's interesting because this has the opposite problem of some other channels where the thumbnails themselves are actually kind of intriguing. Like some of these are really intriguing to me, but the titles leave me not necessarily wanting to click. And I always say, like, the thumbnail gets you to stop scrolling because, people come on YouTube, they just scroll.
Yeah.
And the title will make them click. Like if you tell me that, you look at it, I'll go back to Mr. Beast. They're going to give $100,000 to a homeless guy. I have to click that. I have to see that. Whereas here, I do drawing and animation. If you don't watch Doctor Who, you'll probably find, okay, there you go. So that tells you a lot. But why leave out so many people? Why not bring some more? Oh, look, 2 more people have subscribed. I think,
and happy birthday as well recently.
Yeah. Oh,
it's great to know that you are a human as well. We appreciate your you telling us that.
Yeah, I think that the thumbnails are really interesting and they're pretty intriguing. I just need more from the titles themselves.
Yeah, I guess that now I'm not sure how this relates to Doctor Who. I don't know how. I mean, I don't watch Doctor Who a lot, but I can't remember there being much animation in Doctor Who and these particular characters. So maybe your channel was once about Doctor Who. Maybe that needs to be changed a little bit. I would say a little bit. I would criticize the thumbnails a little bit because if they are animation, you want to be capturing the best moments in the animation. Like this one for here, you spin me right round. Presumably it's a meme based on the music. There should be some sort of better animation here, like of the actual character in a spin motion to tell the story a little bit more there. So I think you could up your thumbnail game a bit by taking the best animation from your video or drawing a specific thumbnail, a bit of animated drawing for that. For your channel, the Foxy Roxy. And with that, folks, I am afraid that does bring to an end this live stream in terms of channel audits. We've had to cut this a little short because we have things to do, which includes me. I'm going to be honest, folks. I am on vacation as of tomorrow. So there is going to be a channel audit next week, and that is hosted by both Travis here and Liron, who does the webinars. So you're going to be in I'm going to say very safe hands, because whenever I do it, it's an absolute dumpster fire. I shouldn't really say that. I'm not really selling myself very well there. But yeah, we had a phenomenal response this week. Oh my word!
How many did we end up with?
325 channel submissions. That is a monster record. So
wow!
Thank you. I'm truly honoured by that. And I wish we had the time to audit every single channel. Hopefully, because we did a really wide range of channels, that you've got some advice there. And we keep working through these channels. Like if we continue to do channel audits every single week for the next 300 years. And we will be able to audit everybody's channel, but it does take time, so we'll go as fast as we can. If you enjoyed this live stream, then do make sure, I'm getting the microphone in my head here, do make sure to give this a live stream a thumbs up. If you found this useful, subscribe to vidIQ, because we don't only just do channel audits, we talk about all sorts of different things. Earlier on, we were talking about the tags in Liron's description. I'm actually going to make a video about that, like when you put tags in like descriptions, titles, how does that affect search index? That's something a video I'm going to be working on soon. But we do all sorts of things, tutorials and all sorts of stuff that will help you get more views, get more subscribers and grow your channel. If you enjoyed this live stream, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to share this video with other like-minded video creators, then do so. As we sign off, as always, and say goodbye to our following. Thank you, Jesus, as always. You're going to be waving for a long time, Travis, if you keep doing that. Thank you to the Gaming Master. Thank you to Ash, also there. Dream Cars, TSP Heat, 64-Bit Dragon, Doing Exploring, Generic Waffle. Thank you for being here for the entire live stream. Also, Chef Jelly, the Gaming Master, the Gaming Exile, Techlin's also in the house. Video Calling Show, thank you. Magdalena, Helena. I remember you were in one of our webinars, so thank you for joining in on all these live streams. And yeah, who else have we got, Travis, here to say goodbye to?
We have Cap'n Joe, Case Animations, Cracked Lack TV. Thanks, Jeff, for moderating so well today. Camera Shotgun. We already said Generic Waffle. Kyle's Big Pig. Sounds like a barbecue channel. I'm so hungry right now. And Grits Gamers.
Jay Littman, Christina Smallhorn. Have you changed your channel name? It used to be the Real Estate Whisperer, but it looks as if you've changed it. Thank you for moderating there. Also, goodbye to the Crazy Train 2015, I think there. Spanish Productions and Off the Jacks. You have been an awesome audience today. Thank you for spending the most valuable currency in the world with us, and that is time. And if you create your videos, make sure that you spread a message and give them the valuable information that they need with the time that they use for you. Enjoy the rest of your video making day, and I'm going to hover my finger over the live button to make sure that I don't mute myself rather than going not live. Folks, it's been an honor, and I will see you in about a week and a half when I get back from my holidays. Cheerio, everybody. You can start waving now, Travis.